You may not like the direction that the VA is heading towards, but the truth is it's happening whether you like it or not. So we have to look at what is happening and determine if this is a good thing or if this is a bad thing for veterans. Today's topic is a pretty big deal, and anyone who has dealt with admin requirements on the healthcare side of the house knows exactly what delayed care due to something really, really stupid is like, and the type of impact it can have on a veteran's life overall through their healthcare. And this change will essentially get rid of that barrier. Okay. Now we're going to be looking at VA news, and they're going to say how great this is. And it's always important to look at as many sources as possible with opposing information so you can make an informed decision, or at least that's the goal. All right, so here's Stars and Stripes, and then here is VA News. We're going to be looking at both of these here. Let's go ahead and look at VA offers year-long community care authorizations for 30 services. Immediate release on August 4th. The Department of VA today announced it will improve veterans' access to health care by extending the length of new VA community care authorizations. That part right here really matters, to 1 year for 30 standardized types of care. And these are very broad in general. It's gonna be a ton of veteran care. The change means that veterans referred by VA to community care for eligible standardized types of care will receive 12 full months of uninterrupted treatment at VA expense before having to obtain a VA reauthorization. So if you go out in town, sometimes it's 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, and you have to go through the process essentially again. And it's a burden on the VA, it's a burden on the veteran, and it ultimately most likely will delay your care. Veterans will benefit from uninterrupted access to essential specialty services, allowing them to focus more on their health and less on navigating admin requirements. Community providers will be empowered to manage care with fewer administrative barriers and greater flexibility. Prior to the change announced today, some VA community care specialty referrals were evaluated every 90 to 180 days, increasing the likelihood of interrupted or delayed care. VA Secretary Doug Collins says no veteran should have their health care disrupted by red tape. This means better continuity of care, which leads to better health outcomes. It also improves convenience for veterans and cuts admin work for VA staff and community care partners. This is the big mamma jamma here of conditions. So cardiology, dermatology, right? So very broad, like body systems, endocrinology, neurology, whatever the world that word is, an ENT, gastro, uro, addiction, psychiatry outpatient. That's awesome. This is my favorite. Okay. Family and couples psychotherapy, outpatient, mental health, outpatient, nephrology, neurology, nutrition intervention, oncology, hemo, neuro, I'm not going to try, eye care, optometry, ortho, right? Hand, general, and spine. Pretty good. Pain management, podiatry, addiction medicine, pulmonary, physical medicine, and rehab, psychiatry. Whatever that is, sleep medicine, and urology. So sounds good. Also one-sided information. Now, I have my opinion on community care. I think it will be good. Now, the implementation and the cost of it is kind of what, like, not that I'm a healthcare person at all, but those are questions that I have. VA gives veterans a year of uninterrupted private care for 30 different medical specialties. I'm not going to go over the overview here. It basically said the same thing, okay? Except for this part right here. But expanding the length of time that non-VA care is delivered to veterans is controversial. Opponents of expanding non-VA healthcare argue the money that the VA spends on private care takes resources away from the agency's extensive medical care systems. The National Association of Veterans Affairs Physicians and Dentists has stated the increase of community-based medical care for veterans should not detract from VA operations. The organization has urged Congress to continue investing in VA infrastructure and services. The goal should always be to provide timely, high-quality care without undermining VA services, according to the association. I will say this sounds like VA first, veteran second. Just throwing that out there. But the VA expects to reduce its workforce by 30,000 FY 2025. That's right around the corner. A ton of these have already gone through like DRP, which ends September 30th as part of President Trump's order to downsize the federal government. I'm on DRP right now. Decreases in the VA workforce will be through attrition, a hiring freeze, and deferred resignation. The VA said the agency has pledged to maintain staffing for essential clinical positions and not cut frontline workers. Caught the VA secretary in a lie there. I'll pin that video down below if you want to see it. Then it's going to go into the Mission Act. And essentially, it's things we already know. So let me know your thoughts down below. Okay. My thoughts, communicator is going to happen. I don't want to say don't think if communicator is bad or not, because it's going to happen. The question is extending the referral out from 90 to 100 days or 6 months to a year, is that a good thing for veterans? I think that answer is yes. Okay. I think it's yes every day of the week. Are there bad sides to it? Probably. I have no idea what those are. If you know what those are, feel free to chime in the comments. I'm definitely open to that. And yeah, that's all I got. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. I appreciate it.